everyone, I wanted to give you a little introduction on how to use the guided notes. Guided notes, they're very useful. It gives you kind of an outline of ideas and it gives you a firm direction on what to do exactly to learn the material, which videos to watch, which problems to practice. And so I just kind of want to walk through how to access that. So first, on our D2L homepage, we're going to go to the content area. The guided notes will be posted under every section. So under weekly modules, week 1, right? Each section will have guided notes. Okay. So let's say I wanted to do the guided notes for 12.1. So 12.1 guided notebook. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And you can download these, you can print them, you can, use them as a guide for a piece of paper, whatever you would like to do. Okay. They have all these spaces here, right? And they're kind of divided into two categories, objectives and TTKs. So TTK stands for things to know, and these are directly related to the textbook. Okay. So going back up, let's assume that I have this now, I printed it, and it's right in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to assume that I'm writing on it. So in order to finish this, you would have to open up the textbook. So if I go back to my content, and I go to My Math Lab, it's going to have a few links. And I have them divided up into kind of extra things, tools for success. And then our main things are on top. So some tech support, how to find the files for the guided notebook in case you don't want to go through the modules. The modules is better because I'm trying to cut out anything that you don't need. We have our e-textbook and our homework. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the e-textbook. It's going to open in a new tab. And then I'm going to navigate. So I know that I'm working on section 12.1. So I'm going to navigate to chapter 12, section 1. Okay. And I can do that navigation on the left-hand side. It's going to pop up right here. The ... gives you a menu, right? That's our table of contents. I'm going to go down to chapter 12, section 1. And the good thing about this is that if you are kind of partway through with this, you can kind of jump around, right? So 12.1, so here's the first area. And that's how it's kind of confusing that it's called TTK, right? Because you're like, oh, I don't see anything called TTK number 1. It's actually things to know. It's this first area. And they have videos, they have links to the old sections. And then if you just want to test yourself, like, can you make a linear equation? Can you plot an intercept? Do you know what parallel lines are? So it has some background skills. So if you're comfortable with all those skills, then you can skip those TTKs and just start on the objectives. If you're not comfortable or if you want to test it, feel free to hit the You Try It on the side. Okay, you can watch, if you need more background, go ahead and watch a video. If you're confident in it, you can go ahead and try a practice problem for that review skill. Right? And these practice problems are going to kind of set you up for the section. Right? So this particular one talks about a mixing problem with orange juice. Okay. You can go ahead and close it when you're done. Every one of these will open up in a different window, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. So that's the things to know. After you're done with the things to know, you can move on to the objectives, right? Any of these 4 objectives. So let's say I finished objective 1 and 2 earlier in the week, and now I'm on objective 3. So I can go ahead and click that, and it should kind of fast forward me now to objective 3. And by each objective, it has a little animation or a video to watch. Right? So in this one, it has a video that tells you, how to use elimination on a system with 2 variables. It's a 4-minute video. They're usually not too overly long. So you would watch it, and then as you're watching it, you're going to work through your guided notes. So objective 3, I was pretending I was working on this earlier in the week. It says, watch the video, take notes, and then what are the 5 steps? So while you're watching the video, think about a procedure. So if you were writing a procedure, write down what would the 5 steps be. Okay. And then you're going to work through examples 3 and 4. So after you watch the video, you can go back to the textbook. by hitting the little X in the top corner. And then work through the next two examples. Okay, so here's example 3, right? Even just copying this work here is going to do great things for your brain. If you want to try it on your own, go ahead and do it, right? That's why it has the problem written down. So if you don't want to look at the solution, if you want to try it first, I highly recommend you trying it first. So watch the video, try the examples, and then check your work with the textbook. Okay. So in general, every new objective is going to have a new video for you. Okay. If there's something that you don't need to do, so here's another you try it. There's a whole bunch of links. If you don't remember what a coefficient is, you can look up the definition. Okay. So we're actually going to use this textbook, right? So we have this lovely online resource. It has all of these features for us. We're going to use the built-in videos and the opportunities for practice and definitions. And so we're going to just kind of keep going. You go through the book and you take the notes. Example 4, right? It does ask you some questions on example 4. That has example 5, then it moves to objective 4. If you're ever unsure about something, contact me, right? Send me an email. Okay, email is the best way to contact me. Hope that helped, kind of understanding what guided notes are used for and how to access them, right? So weekly modules, open the notes. In the My Math Lab module, you can open the e-text. And in the e-text, you can use the table of contents to choose whichever section you need.